I know you love the camera. You love the camera. I know, princess.
And action.
Hello, and welcome to Lotus Arising. We're here with Star Lotus,
Hello, hello.
the star of our show.
So nice to be here. I'm so happy to have you.
Thank you for allowing us to be here.
Of course. Any day. It has been a pleasure so far.
So tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself.
All right. Well, I'm Star Lotus. I am an all-around artist. I do music, I do makeup, I do locks and lock art, I do my own editing, I do Reiki and crystal chakra healing, I do wire wraps, I do photography. I'm constantly learning and evolving, and
I have to keep up with all those things.
it's a lot, but I love it. I love all of it.
It's awesome. I love that you do all of those things.
Thank you so much.
But I have really admired your makeup for many years
Thank
now,
you
and just
so
been promoting your
much.
work and supporting it a lot. And just curious, how many years have you been doing makeup?
Oh my goodness, I've been doing makeup since I was like 12 years old. Like I started on myself, and then in high school I started doing people's makeup for like prom and like banquets and events. And I'm from North Dakota, so it's like a really small area, but like my mom never like restricted me with like playing with makeup, so I got to start kind of early in it, and because of that, like I was like ahead of everybody else, so I would help everybody else with their makeup in school and stuff like that. And when I found out you could actually become a makeup artist, I was like, oh wow, like I want to do that. And that's how I actually ended up moving to Florida, because I found a school down here that I wanted to attend. So it was kind of just, everything kind of like happened the way it should, kind of thing.
And was that custom makeup artistry? Is that the name of your
My makeup artistry, I call Darlyn Makeup Artistry, Darlynn Makeup Artistry. My first part of my name is Dar, D-A-R. That's why I have my name as Star as well. And then my middle name is Lynn. So for a while I was doing like the Darlyn thing. So it's Darlyn Makeup Artistry for that one on Instagram and Facebook. But yeah, so I've been doing makeup down here in South Florida for about 12 years now. I worked for a major makeup company for about 9 of those years. I was one of their top artists at their store, and the store was like number 3 in the world.
Which company was it?
MAC Cosmetics I worked for a while. Yeah, I worked for them
I'm a
for
huge
a while.
fan of MAC.
Yeah, they
Love
have
their
beautiful
makeup.
stuff, yeah. Now since becoming an independent artist and just freelancing on my own, I switched my whole kit over to all vegan products. So everything that I wear and everything that I shoot in my music videos, I
All
make
vegan.
sure is all vegan, exactly.
And what are some of those brands or product lines that you use?
I really like Kat Von D, I like Urban Decay, Lime Crime. There's like so many, Juvia's Place, there's so many different companies online and in stores like in Sephora. And there's a lot of companies that have a mixture of cruelty-free and vegan products, and you just have to like make sure you're reading the labels and paying attention to little words like carmine or beeswax and things like that. But you can pretty much kind of navigate, or you can like Google anything nowadays. So it's really easy just to kind of like walk up into Sephora and be like, okay Google, let me see if this lipstick is vegan. Let me just, type it in, and it's pretty easy now to like, do those kinds of things with modern technology.
What are some of the brands that are not vegan friendly that we should stay away from?
Estee Lauder, they are not vegan friendly always. I mean, I'm sure there's products in them, but they're not very cruelty free. Brands that sell in mainland China are going to be not cruelty free because they do have to do animal testing to sell in mainland China. There's also, let's see, it's just, there's like a mixture. You really have to just do your research, like things like that. Because sometimes you'll go into a store and they'll tell you that something's vegan, and then like it's actually a very quick Google search away from seeing that like the company's not even cruelty free.
Oh
Yeah.
So they lie to you. They try to get you.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
natural on the front, but then read the ingredients.
Yeah,
and
when you
the
read
food.
it, you just educate yourself, and you can learn so many different things. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
When did you graduate from Cosmetics School of Makeup? Is that here in Fort
Yeah,
Lauderdale?
that was here in Fort Lauderdale. I believe it was 2008 when I graduated. I came in 2007, and I graduated in 2008.
Nice.
Yeah.
And how was your experience with the whole schooling, or what did you learn, or did anybody inspire or influence you there?
Yeah, I had a lot of teachers. Victoria Duke was very influential. She spoke a lot about The Secret, and she like really inspired you to kind of like dream big and do like what you wanted. Let's see, there was like a lot of inspirational. Jay Canestrazi, he was a special effects makeup artist. He passed away, but he was amazing. He worked for the FBI.
I think we should sip in his name actually.
Yes,
Cheers.
he was an
Blessings to him.
amazing artist.
Had a teacher pass away too, so I definitely feel that.
Yeah, it was
Or
crazy. I
sending-
ended up running into his wife at work one day and didn't know I was helping her, and she started talking about her husband, and I was like, wait a minute, I think your husband taught me in school. And it was just crazy because it ended up being his wife, and she told me, and it had happened a few years before, but I didn't know, and I was just like, wow. And it's just interesting how you meet people through people, and like how you have connections to people you don't even know you have connections to sometimes. Like meeting you,
Of course.
we were just introduced by a mutual friend, and
Yeah.
that was just like crazy.
And
So,
sometimes, often it feels kind of spiritual. Like I know that my learning leader, Will, at Paul Mitchell, was a very seemingly spiritual guy, but he didn't always like talk about religion or anything. But he was just such a humble, kind guy that he would go out of his way to help any student. It didn't matter who they were, what they looked like, or if somebody had been picking on them. He just believed in a whole family, like unity environment where you can go to him if you have a problem that's not related to hair. And
yeah,
there weren't very many teachers out there like that. So I
Yeah.
feel that your teacher may have been the same way.
yeah, he was awesome. Yeah, but yeah, that school was really good. It really put me into like an awesome, like got my foot kind of in the door, and I ended up getting a job at the makeup counter like 2 months after moving down here, and I met so many amazing artists, and learned so many amazing things through a lot of people there. I had amazing trainers, and that was just a very good experience to get myself like started and learning, and yeah, it was awesome. I did a lot of freelancing for a while, and then I was permanent, and it was a really awesome experience learning all those kinds of things.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so with that being said, how long have you practiced Reiki healing?
Reiki,
Crystal healing?
I've been doing Reiki for about 2 years now. I think a little over maybe. And the crystal healing for about 2 years as well. I kind of like, I combined everything. I do like a sound healing, and I start with like a guided meditation. And then I assess the chakras, and I place the right stones on the right chakras. And I work with my master crystal to open them and to,
The
to
master.
align them.
Which
Yeah.
one is the master?
It's a quartz crystal that I've done like a lot of meditation with, and really
That's
gotten familiar with, and it has a lot of my energy in it over the years. And so, and then after all that, I do the Reiki, and I also do some like essential oils for the chakras. So once I see what kind of chakras they're having issues with, then I work with essential oils with those chakras as well. And I put on like, I have a sound system, so I put on like a meditation
Oh my
music
God.
as well.
The
So it's
next
like sound
time
bowls,
we
meditation
gotta get
music.
into that the next time.
Yeah, I have a whole Reiki
Oh my
room
God.
and everything. I'll show. Yeah, I haven't even shown you that. She hasn't. I haven't even given her the tour yet.
I need the ground floor.
But yeah,
Lotus
so
will guide us there.
yeah, so then I do the Reiki and seal up the aura after the Reiki, and then afterwards I like to like sit down with somebody and talk to them for however long they want to talk about like what is going on and what they're feeling and what maybe they experienced during the Reiki, or if they have anything in their lives that they need to move from and leave their guilt and let go and open their heart. And you know, it's a very great way for me to have the opportunity to help people the way that I've always loved helping people. So being able to do it in that way is really wonderful.
It's amazing. Do
Thank
you
you so
do
much.
personal Reiki healing sessions at your home?
Yes, I do.
So you
Yeah,
offer
yeah, I have a
that
whole
one.
Reiki room.
How long have you been offering that, those services?
For about like a year and a half probably. We took one of the spare bedrooms. I had a roommate, and then he moved out, and I decided to make that into like the Reiki room. So we took one of the spare bedrooms and just like turned
It's
it
like a
into
dream,
a whole
you know,
like
to have your own.
yeah, like little
energy
studio.
space.
Yeah, it's a little energy space. So
It's
it's really
beautiful.
beautiful, and everything around here is like a big work in progress, but it's all coming together, and it's just a manifestation of, you know, just ideas and thoughts and things that I've written down and things that I vocalize, and just that power that you have in your own voice and words to create the environment and to create the life that you want is incredible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, it takes time.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah,
It's really
exactly. It's
when you get
time
to that
and
moment
work and
is
love and
Mhm.
patience.
a lot of patience.
Yeah, a lot of patience.
I say it's a
A lot of
virtue,
love.
and I really believe it.
Yeah, it is. Oh my goodness, it so is.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
So, who are some of your most influential, I would say, artists or people who inspire you to do music or to perform?
My friends. Like, my friends more than anything. I have the most amazing team. I'm so blessed. I'm so lucky. They're amazing people. They're all performance and artists, and they all do their own thing and they all own it. And it's just so amazing to see them all do that. And they inspire me every day, and they rally behind me on days where I may not feel like I'm doing what I need to be doing or connected the way that I need to be connected. And you know, they're just so inspiring. Eha Rouge, my producer, Mariela Ventura, my best friend, Alexis Ansley, another one of our amazing artist friends. The list goes on and on and on. I love all these people so dearly, and I have such amazing fans and a support system
Oh yeah.
that I
You gotta
cannot.
have that.
Oh my God, like, I cannot thank enough. Like, nobody gets annoyed by my text messages about my new releases. People actually, like, want to
Send
know.
me more.
Oh,
'cause
please.
I'm all
Oh,
on board.
thank
And
you
I will
so
share your
much.
videos. I'm all
Thank
about
you
sharing.
so much.
Yes.
So, like, I can't be more grateful for all of the people that, like, you know, support me and are behind me. Like, I really can't. Oh, my puppy. He really inspires me,
Aw.
too. Here he is. He wants to spend some time.
You want some lotus tea?
Oh, baby. He's a little piggy. He always has to see what mom's
Smell
eating.
it. He's like, it smells cool. It smells good.
He will drink everyone's drink. It doesn't matter who you are. He will want to drink your drink.
Right, help him into that lucid dreaming astral projection out of this world.
And he's my inspiration too. Sometimes we sing together. He's an amazing little singer as well.
Oh, does he know the song Main Street?
He actually, when I was doing the harmonica part, was howling along and like
Nice.
outside of the booth, like howling along to my harmonica solos. That always gets him howling. We have one little tiny song that we recorded on the phone together, and that song makes him howl all the time, and it's so cute. He tries to like go along with my hums. It's adorable. We're actually going to be working on a project with him as like kind of like a dog who's like getting ready for
When
his
is that coming
performance.
out?
We are not sure yet, but it's been an idea that we've been talking about and throwing around, and we're gonna start
So it's
writing
coming
to it.
soon.
Yeah,
I feel
he's gonna have his own little appearance
When
as well.
did you release Main Street?
Main Street we released like 3 days ago, I
Oh,
think.
wow.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
It's
It was it's a song that's like really close to home for me because it's like about home. Like back in the day, like I'm from a town that's like population 800, so. You know, like there's not a lot to do in a town that there's only 800 people. There's only 25 kids in my class, and we were a big class.
Wow.
So, like most of the town is like older people, and not so much young. And so, every weekend, it's like Main Street was like about a mile-long strip, and every weekend we would just go back and forth, pulling Mainers, racing each other, just trying to figure out where the bonfire is going to be, where the party is going to be. And once we would stop at the gas station and find out where the party was going to be, we were all off on some old gravel roads, not knowing exactly where we were going. Sometimes we were getting lost. We never knew exactly where the party was. It was like, oh, it's the second turn on the left on that gravel road by this person's house, and they say a last name, and you're like, I don't even know who that person is. I'm like, I was like, 17 years old, didn't know everybody, 800 town, but I still didn't even know everybody. But it was just funny because that's what you would do every weekend. So that kind of song, I kind of wanted to give that vibe of like small town living, small town life. Like we were still cool and chill. It's not like we were like Hicks, but like I know like the song Hicktown was really big, so that's why I used Hicks in the song. But like we were like, I said Abercrombie and Fitch kind of Hicks, because like a lot of the boys were like preppy, but they were like still like farmer boys and stuff.
Yeah,
So
definitely know the type.
yes, but like the thing that we all did was we worked on our cars. That's like a lot of the guys do mudding. There's like a really big mud bog that they have there, Vinny's Mud Bog now, that like thousands of people go to. And so it's like really cool, and like that's what we do in our town. We work on our cars. My dad is a used car salesman and auto body repair mechanic, but he used to like custom paint cars back in the day in drag race. So so I grew up actually on a shop. Like the shop was walking distance from the house. So since I was like 7 years old, I was sanding car parts and yeah, and we had farm animals, we had goats, we had horses, and you know, I that's how I learned how much appreciation and respect and love that I have for animals. And so, you know, where I came from really instilled a lot of these values that I have just cultivated upon and grown. And you know, I'm really the same person that I was when I was 5 years old, picking up rocks and loving animals and making art, you know what I mean? And that's kind of like years ago I decided that that's what I was going to go back to. I was going to resort back to my 5-year-old self. I had gotten an injury because I have fibromyalgia, and I didn't know that at the time, but I was working and I was overworking and I had a lot of body aches. I've had chronic pain since I was about 14 years old, and I got to the point that I could barely walk anymore. I couldn't stand at work, and I had to take a leave of absence that I thought was going to be like 3 months, and it turned into 6 months, and then they stopped paying me. And like at 3 months, and I was like not knowing what to do, and that's when I started Stark Art, my jewelry and dream catcher company, and all my art combined in that one that I create for people, because I had nothing left to do. I didn't know what I was going to do. I had to make money. I had just gotten a house, and I didn't know I was going to lose my job like that, and nobody believed that I had anything. And by the time they diagnosed me, the case was closed, and nobody would help me with the case. And so I felt like I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. And I actually ended up meeting this beautiful, lovely friend, Luna, who actually is the person who introduced me to Ahar Rouge.
Oh, shout out to Luna.
Shout out to Luna Love. She's amazing. And I met her, and she actually was the person who got me to write my first song, because she played guitar, and I didn't have any friends that played guitar before that. And with her encouragement, we wrote the first song, Nature Meditation, that's on my YouTube right now. Yeah.
Everybody check out that song.
Yeah, and then she also is the person who inspired me. She saw a dream catcher that I had made, and she was like, why are you not making these? Like, you make beautiful art. Like, you need to start doing this. And then that got me into the crystals and the wire wrap jewelry, and everything just was kind of like a catalyst for itself. And
she really inspired you a lot and pushed you.
Yeah, she inspired me and pushed me. And I didn't know about vending, and then I met another friend, Ariel, who has an amazing company called Half Baked Goods, and she makes vegan, gluten-free cupcakes.
I've heard of that
amazing. Oh my god, her cupcakes are so good. And she actually took me under her wing and taught me about vending, and we would vend together, and she would help. And it was great because with my fibromyalgia, there were some things that I couldn't do, and it was great to have her as a mentor with that, and it's such a teacher. So I'm so thankful for all the people that I have met and am continuing to meet, and I just can't be more grateful for the energy that I have been able to surround myself with since coming to South Florida and moving here, and
of course,
from 31 hours away, and you know, like, it's just been really amazing to completely build like a whole family system down here.
Yeah, definitely, and without them, there's really no us.
Exactly.
They are what make this, they're what create this, they're what drive us and push us and move us forward.
Exactly.
And, you know, really, I'm so grateful to have the people on my side on social media who've been supporting me for many years.
Oh, you've got an amazing following.
Just in, you know, just in healing, just in my group Namaste Love, or just talking about acceptance and balancing, and Lotus, which is what drew me to you, really, is the star Lotus.
Thank you
because
so
I love the name, absolutely adore it, and you have some photos over there that are really nice. I'd love to check them out and show them to everyone.
So yeah, I do my editing. I have different people shoot me sometimes. This photographer was Andrew Billings, but he is an amazing guy. Actually took me underneath his wing and taught me a lot about editing and about photography when I first was getting into it. So I could not be more thankful for him as well, because he taught me a lot. This was actually the first time that we met in person, and this was the first shoot that we did together. And I came to the door with amethysts glued to my forehead.
Just gonna ask, is this amethyst?
Yeah.
That's what this looks like, this crystal that we have here too. And I love the green
Thank you so
silhouette.
much.
It's just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Incredibly
And then I print these
artistic.
out at home as well.
Yeah. I love how you make everything yourself too.
This one my friend Mars shot for me. This one is outside. I painted that fence behind me. And I did the wall behind the other one. So my art is not only my makeup, my hair, my tattoos, the outfits that I've chosen. A lot of times, like this swimsuit is from my friend at Gypsy Local, so I try to include like a lot of local people.
Of course.
My friend Mars is the one who shot this one. She's amazing as well. No Flocking Acoustics, I think, on Instagram. She does amazing photography. Her prints and work are so lovely.
It's beautiful.
Oh, here's just another edit of that other one. But yeah, I did the wall behind this. And then this one, my boyfriend Challenger shot. He is amazing.
That is absolutely stunning.
I've been teaching him photography, and he's been learning from Andrew as well a little bit. And he's been shooting a lot of my work, and I couldn't be more thankful for him as well. He is such a big support system with everything.
Is this a calendar, or are you working on a calendar?
At this point, I could do a calendar.
Yeah,
my
you have
Instagram
enough
has a lot
photos,
more of my.
so you definitely have
Instagram-
enough work to
Yeah.
do it.
This one was another one from my friend Andrew of Billy Photography.
Very nice. I
He's
like
really
those
amazing
boots.
too. Thank you so much. They're vegan. They're vegan boots.
I love it.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, I do a lot of stuff with my own art. That's kind of something that I really like to be just kind of fully embodied in and do a lot of my own stuff. So I like to do a lot of my own editing and be in control of like my makeup and editing and hair and like all that kind of stuff. It's just, it's really, like I said, like a full embodiment of it. Yeah. Yeah.
And where would you see yourself, like, say in the next 3 to 5 years with, as far as artistry, but just everything that you're
Oh my
doing
God.
with your art?
I feel like the more that we create, the better that we get. And like, if you would have asked me where I would have been like 3 years ago, I would have not have thought that I would be doing what I'm doing right now, at the rate that I'm doing it, and having just like there's so many factors to meeting new people and where things can go. I would really love to be, just doing awesome performances and traveling, once in a while to do performances and continuing to sell my art and make custom pieces for people, doing the Reiki crystal chakra healing still. I do a lot of people's locks. Everybody loves me doing their locks. That's always
Beautiful
fun.
locks, absolutely. Love them. If I didn't already have had them in the future, I would definitely ask you to do mine. But
Thank you so much.
I had a lot of hair.
Yeah, oh my goodness, you do. Your hair is beautiful.
Thank you. I love your hair.
Oh,
Your hair just
thank you so
amazes me.
much.
Every time I
Thank
see a
you.
new look, I'm stunned.
Oh,
And
thank you. I need to
honestly,
do it
I'm
again.
honored to have you here with us on Lotus Horizon
Thank
right
you
now.
so
It's
much.
just a pleasure to have you.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure being here with you. I brought some sage to light, and your tea is
wonderful.
amazing,
Thank
by the
you.
way.
And I would definitely like to fill
Your
our
tea is so lovely. I pressed a
Lotus
little bit of lavender into this one as well.
Ooh la la. I've been experimenting with different lavender teas and edibles, and I'm just loving lavender oils, and God, everything lavender is just so healing. Any type of plant-based healing is.
I didn't want my dog to leave, so I had to sage myself quick.
I think your dog wants us to see.
No, he's not as much of a fan. The cat goes crazy.
Oh.
She loves it. She'll roll around and purr and meow. He's always like, "Don't sage me, Mom."
I like this a lot.
Thank you so
A
much.
raspberry, blueberry,
Ooh.
lemon, ginger, lotus tea.
Your tea is so amazing, by the way. Oh my goodness. The samples that you gave us before we started the show like really calmed my nerves. It really got me flowing. I like what you're talking about with like the chakras and everything. I can totally see that.
Oh yeah.
It's a beautiful blend. The flavors are amazing. I'm very thoroughly enjoying this.
I'm really glad and I'm happy to hear you
Thank
say
you.
that. It's helped a number of people now, from people with sciatic pain or nerve damage or heart palpitations or anxiety or depression or insomnia or PTSD and just all types of issues, mental or physical health. Is just helping so many different people, and that's what excites me the most about this journey with Lotus, is because I was involved with a few different radio stations and different podcast shows, and then my business with the Lotus Teas started to evolve into just creating and making more and more, and then just deciding to combine the show and the tea, and now we're
I love that.
Lotus Rising Tea Time, and
I
we're here
love
with
that.
Star
I
Lotus.
love that.
I love
My
that.
first YouTube video ever was like tea time with with me, and I think I still have it up, but that was like the first time I ever made a YouTube video. It was like tea time, so that's so suiting and fitting that it's tea time.
Definitely,
With
and
the
I would
lotuses.
love to experience just a little bit of Reiki healing that you have.
Oh, lovely. I actually brought my crystal bowl right here, so I can play this for you for a moment.
Breathe in some of the sage.
Yes,
Please.
please
Try to clear our minds of any toxic, negative energy which no longer serves.
do. No longer serves us. Taking deep breaths in, all the way into your belly. Feeling where the air turns inside of you. Excuse me. He takes cues. Oh, you want to go down?
Do I do anything or just sit
You
here?
can just sit, yeah, you
Okay.
can just chill. Just keep breathing. Quick one. Did kind of like your chakras more than anything.
Oh, I feel it. I feel it all over.
Yeah. Thank you.
I really felt my crown chakra.
Yeah, your crown chakra was warm. So was your
And
throat.
my
Yeah.
throat chakra, out of all the chakras, that you worked with, those were the ones that I felt immensely
Yeah.
opening, actually.
I
as
felt that too. Yeah, the energy was really crazy in those
it was
areas.
intense the moment you did it. I'm just like, I don't know if it's because I'm a fire sign or because it needed
And
to be
I'm
open.
water, so I was
At that
like
time, are you
calming
you
that.
Pisces?
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just wondering. My daughter's a Pisces, and she's very much flowing, like constantly, and loves the water.
Yes, we're flowy people. That's why I had to move to more water. I was like, I need water in my life. I need Florida sunshine and beaches. And Mocha was prancing around you, giving his little healing energy as well.
I definitely, yeah, no, I loved his energy. I definitely felt like I was next to the ocean or the center of the moon, you know, just being next to you with your beauty and energy radiating and your hair and your colors, and it just it
You're so
radiates
sweet.
a lot of beauty and purity, and I'm very grateful and blessed to have you here today on Lotus Rising.
I'm so blessed to be here.
Thank you so much for being here and just
of
taking the
course.
time to speak with us. I know you're really busy. You have so many things going on, a lot of projects, a lot of music projects, a lot of making crystals and doing locks and hair and videos and film. It just never ends.
It never
So
ends. We got
much
the
going
Bucha music
on.
video that just came out.
Congrats.
Yeah, and then I'm also doing a dance challenge with cash prizes. So if anybody who sees this, the deadline to enter is July 3rd. You can follow me on Instagram at Star Lotus, SDAR, not a T, a D, SDARLOTUS. And I've been posting it in my story. I also have it up on my Facebook page and my Facebook page for my art as well. So that's a really cool thing that I wanted to give back to the people who are supporting me by doing something fun that like not only gets Bucha out there, but also is fun for people and brings people together, because you can do it as groups or you can do it by yourself, and like and that way, like, you know, I get to give back to my fans a little bit too, so that's going to be a really fun
We all
thing.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Where else can our viewers find you, reach you, contact you, check out your photography, artwork, wherever? Where can they find you?
The best is the Instagram. That's the best. The DMs, you know, the Insta. Facebook I'm on. I'm not on it quite as often as I am with the Instagram. I have a lot more of my work and a lot more things up on my gallery there.
Okay.
I also have a website, starlotus.com.
Nice.
Those are pretty much the places that you can find me at.
Wonderful. Exciting collaborations, creating rejuvenation, shifting of energies, evolving
It's a lot of
into
busy
new,
energy right now.
busy higher forms. But
Yes,
within all
but
that
good.
busy,
It's all good.
chaotic energy, we do
Yeah.
have to find a
Creation.
center and a balance
Yes.
through creation,
Yes.
through
Oh my
art,
God.
awakening, healing, spiritual healing, you know, helping other people grow and
Exactly.
see that everybody has something beautiful within them that they can create and inspire others as well. And just
we all have a shadow side as well.
exactly,
You
just
know,
from
it's
us
like we
being
all
pure.
have duality. It's
Of
just like
course.
stars in the sky and lotus from the ground duality.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Love
Appreciate
you.
it
We want
too.
everybody to follow Star Lotus on
thank
Instagram, on social media.
And follow her as well. I'm not sure what is your Instagram?
Natalia Rebel Lee.
All right, follow her too. She's an amazing person. She's doing big things. She
Thank
is
you. Much love.
amazing.
We'll sip to that, to
Sip
doing
to
big
that.
things, evolving,
Amazing.
manifesting,
So lovely to
creating.
finally meet you in person, in the flesh. I feel like I've known you for much
I
longer.
feel like the aura of Lotus is coming out of your hair and your entire energy and being, and I'm just like, I love her hair
Oh,
so
yeah.
much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
beautiful, really inspiring. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so,
lovely.
much.
Thank you so
Thank all
much.
the viewers. We're here on Lotus Rising. Join us next time. Namaste.
Many blessings. That was fun. I feel like we can do like a little credit now with us like, ha ha ha.